Why and how are words so important that they cannot be too often used? And I'm here today to answer some of the inconvenient questions about Islam. Today I will respond to some questions that have recently been put to me on the website Ask Me Anything, where my book is being promoted. Hello and welcome to XeitreTalk. My name is Paigham Mustafa, and this is where I speak about some of the Islamic concepts that need attention. The difference between this and other such podcasts is that I take a look from a Quranic perspective, because it is only when Islam is seen through the unique prism of the Quran alone that you can raise the measure of human endeavour. I am an author and have been researching and studying the Quran since 1988 and spent 2 years writing an exposition of this book. This rendition is different in a way that others are not. As you listen to my talks, you will get to know how and why, but primarily my contention is that what people believe to be in the Quran and what it actually says are two different things. I ask you not to let fear and hate prevent you from knowing the truth. Whatever your belief, the Quran is a compelling read. It's worth mentioning that my book is available from Amazon. I hope you will order a copy because it explains in detail many of the Quranic concepts that are misunderstood. If you have any questions, please use the comment section. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe when you have finished listening. The questions have been put to me on Ask Me Anything website, and they are quite representative. The names of the people asking the questions have been changed, but other than that, everything is as you hear it. The first question comes from Olivia Nanette, and she asks, what is one quote from the Quran that can express your literary journey, and why did you choose this quote? With hardship there is expansion of the self. This is verse 5 from Surah 94. And it illustrates this journey and all the difficulties I've had to overcome. If there are no hurdles to overcome, then what is the achievement? Next, Biko Joseph says, as with any religion, there are radicals, liberals and people who fall in between with regard to their belief systems. How do you propose to convince a radical believer that their interpretation of the Quran is ill-founded without becoming a radical in your beliefs yourself? Well, I don't have a mission and certainly not want to convert anyone. The remit I have set for myself is to provide the information. I believe this is the profound message, and when people understand it well, they will implement it. This will not only benefit them, but their wider community also, because the nature of Islam is to develop the self, and that has a far-reaching meaning not only for the whole society, but for all mankind. The reasoning is simple. If individuals are good, then unfailingly society will also be good. Do you believe the Quran is open to interpretation? Asks Milena Katendri. And if so, would your translation of the Quran not be seen as your personal views on its content? And how do you plan to still affect change if this is believed to be true? To an extent, the Quran can be seen as a personal interpretation, as any translation is. However, this is limited because a translator can only choose the words which reflect the original meaning. For example, you cannot say the door is open when the original text says it is shut. However, you can say it's ajar or it's wide open. My work is an exposition, not a translation, because it would be impossible to do a translation. The reason for this is that a translation tries to mirror the original text, whereas an exposition conveys the meaning. If you can understand that beating about the bush just cannot be translated into some languages, you will know what I mean. Next, Kat Wilson says, what are the possible negative consequences of your book with regard to your personal standing in the Islamic community, and how do you plan to deal with them? Well, since my book explicitly shows that what traditionally people believe and what is in the Quran are two different things, it does not hold well with the community in general. The clerics are very upset. They have their businesses to run, and religion is how they make their living. My aim is to show what the Quran what the people see in the streets is not Islam. What people see in the media is not Islam. Islam is not a religion but a socio-economic system, and it is in the Quran and Quran alone. If the message is good and true, it will prevail. George Marvidris wants to know, God's love for humanity is a central theme in many religions. Are there similar teachings in Islam, and which quotes from the Quran state this? Well, yes, there are verses about God's love. However, since the purpose of Islam is to develop the self, God's love manifests care for those who love the good things in life, including the truth and fulfilling one's commitments. These verses are spread throughout the Quran, and it is very easy to see in each chapter the verses that relate to this. Well, that's all for now. Don't forget to order your copy of the Quran. It's available, as the saying goes, from Amazon and all good bookshops. Thank you for listening, and please like, share and subscribe. Please use the comment section to ask any questions. Have a good day. Goodbye.